What is up, everybody? Shauna D Man here, and welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys are doing great. Hope you guys are having yourselves a great week. We are back with a little side video because the past 2 weeks or so, maybe 3 weeks, I did a video talking about Highguard and its problems, the fact that it's flopping and stuff like that. Well, now, yesterday, it has come out that Highguard, the servers for the game, will be shutting down next week, March the 12th. The game was only been out for like almost 2 months, and the servers are already shutting down. And if we look over here at Steam, as of right now, or at least at the time of me doing this video, over 362 players out of the initial close to 100,000 players when this game first launched. Only 362 are left. That is terrible. It's bad. It is legit bad. And so now the studio, they came out and let me see if I can, because we got a Geeks and Gamer article that we're gonna take a look at it real quick, but we also got some tweets as well. So we're gonna do a quick little discussion about that real fast. Let's see. All right. So obviously this was very dark about 4 hours ago or so. Well, I guess more people were playing it because at the time when she tweeted it, there was only 231. There's 320, 362 at the time of me recording. So I guess some people wanted to play it real quick. But yeah. And obviously the official Highguard Twitter account, Highguard's final update arriving soon. Thank you for playing with us. Today we're sharing difficult news. We have made the decision to permanently shut down Highguard on March 12th. Since launch, more than 2 million players stepped into Highguard's world. You should really... Joff, when someone mentions Highguard to him for the over 11th million times for 15 years from now. And I talked about it in the first video with the way it was handled at the Game Awards. It was not good. So obviously Vera has another video out. You guys should go and check her out. We got Grums here. This is everything that's wrong with game journalism and why games like Highguard are just glazed into. So this person, PC Gamer, says Highguard didn't flop. Well, actually it did. Like, you again, you had a initial count of almost 98,000 people when the game first launched. You're down to 362, and the game has only been out for about a month, like a little over a month. Yeah, it flopped. And then obviously they're here talking about the update, and gaming journalism isn't that great either, because they write puff pieces to make the game look better than what it is. At the end of the day, the market is always right in most cases. The gaming market did not like the game, and guess what? People stopped playing it after that initial release of it. Banana Juju, who's a VTuber who I just recently came across, she says, "Welcome home." Love that. And then Craig from Side Scrollers. This was an interesting little thing here. So, I think, let me go back. I think Chad, this may be somebody who worked on Highguard, but basically he was responding to Grums, because Grums said, everyone is gone. Highguard devs win light down to 20 people and they're out of money. Well, yeah, this is what happens when you don't develop your game with a critical eye and just believe that what your toxic positive dev friends tell you. At OG Blizzard, we would have the most intense arguments about the game we made. We had a rule: nobody get fired for speaking their mind. We fought, but we came together for what's best for the game. Today, we live in an age where everyone is supposed to be supportive above all else and non-critical. This creates soft games. Soft games create hard market times. This is very true. Because there's a little thing here. For fewer than 20 staff remain at Highguard Dev. Wildlight. Why did he say Windlight? I think he meant Wildlight Entertainment. So, and then this is that's not exactly what happened. So I'm assuming this person worked on the game, or at least had something to do with Highguard in general. But this person says that's not actually what happened. We were very critical towards the project and each other. The team was encouraged and consistently spoke their mind. We always tried to put game and players first. We always tried to put players first. The team was very critical. Um, is that the same? Let me see. At the end of the day, we just made a few mistakes and made a game that didn't resonate like our past games did. Unfortunately, it doesn't matter though, and nobody will know the true story of the studio or game, and the rumors and speculation will be what's out there. So I'm very curious because Stuttering Craig. I'm trying to see where I'm trying to find it. I wonder if he. Let's go back up here. Maybe he did. Let me go to his account because he said something. Where are you at? Why can I not find you? Here you are. Go to replies. All right. So this is what. So this is what he. This is what Craig said. Really interesting data. Thanks for sharing, Chad. I'm not here to dunk on you, and this is a good faith question. Do you feel like part of the game's failure came from a toxic positivity culture in the studio? With Highguard coming to an end, I would love to hope so. Asking him to come on side scrollers to talk about it and everything like that. Um, so yeah, a lot of people are just like encouraging to go on side scrollers and talk about what happened and things like that behind Highguard. Um, but yeah, I mean, like, listen, like in a video we talked about the other week with Vera mentioning like, every developer, every studio, whatever, every game should have the ability to be released, and all that. Unfortunately, again, when we went through all this talking about the game, a couple of weeks ago, the initial video I made talking about the game, where where the developer was blaming the gamers, and I was like, because it does sound like they had probably had more people say positive things than more negative things, and at the time I said was because they had flown people out to, I think California to play the game, to beta test the game. And I said at the time, just because you have five people, five people telling you the game is good doesn't represent 5 million people. Okay, these five people might like the game, but guess what? That 5 million, 10 million gamer base probably aren't going to like it. And again, you made the mistake of not one probably being upfront with who was financially backing it, knowing that Tencent, now knowing Tencent was financially the one backing it. You weren't very upfront about that. Then not only that, and I mentioned it in the first video as well. You didn't do any kind of marketing. You didn't do any kind of beta access or early access or anything like that. You didn't do anything to give the player base a opportunity to test the game out, tell you what they don't like, what you can improve on. You take it back in, you cook the game a little bit extra, even if you pushed it from a January release to maybe like a March or April release. That would have gave you time to fix some of the issues that was with the game. You didn't do any of that. You relied on the people who play tested it for you to give you that initial feedback. And I guess you could say they were wrong. I mean, they have to be wrong for you to be having to close or basically shut down this game only a little bit over a month after its release. So it's it's pretty. I hope he does go on because I would very much love to see. I would very much love to see that. And then Craig follows up. Chad. Oh, he was just saying, just come on and tell the true story about. Okay, yeah. So yeah, it's yeah. Then you have like Jeff here. Highguard will go offline on March 12th. So yeah, it yeah, it sucks. Like I mean, again, I hate it for him. Uh, and I think if this Chad person goes on side scrollers, there is an opportunity to be truthful about what went on with the development of the game, and maybe a lot of fans will be a little bit more graceful. Like, not graceful, that's probably not the word I want to use, but maybe a lot more fans are gonna be like, okay, you know, they won't be so hard on the game. So I'm very curious on if he comes on because Craig does a great job with that kind of stuff. And so, because they just did the Real Game Awards the other day, so you guys should go check that out as well. But I don't want too far. But yeah, y'all checking up on a high card. But yeah, he and then Master of TDS. We saw this coming, even with the quote unquote hate. The game opened at 100K and still managed to drive every last player out the door in a single day. That isn't bad luck. That's the audience taking one look and deciding the product wasn't worth their time. Then the devs decided gamers were the problem instead of admitting the truth, and that little meltdown exposed the real issue behind the scenes: toxic positivity. No accountability, and a studio culture that treated criticism like a personal attack. This result was baked in from the moment you refused to take a hard look at yourselves. You set the dominoes, you tipped them, and now you're acting surprised that they failed exactly the way everyone predicted. To try and actually reflect Try actually reflecting instead of dumping your frustration on the people who showed up, tried the game, and left because of your choices, not theirs. You made this bed, now you're laying in it, and it fits exactly the way you built it. So yeah, again, I think this is a outstanding take right here. Um, it's called Concord 2 because it outlasted Concord by 2 fortnights. Okay. Ember Paradox called it Yellow Flash. It lasted longer than Concord. That's something. Um, so uh, Kenon, or if I say his name right, um, yeah. So yeah, a lot of people are bringing up the like this. I think this was the yeah, they're just sharing the same little screenshot. But yeah, everybody knew from the beginning that the game was Highguard flopped. I love that community note. But yeah, this was something I was trying to find in the first video where Jeff made this post on January 24th. He said, "In 48 hours, I'll be accepting your apologies." And no, that's not the case. But yeah, so far, you got Madam Savage. Oh, this was March 13th. So okay, we're pretty much as it was. But yeah, it was just it's crazy. They had the layoffs and all that. But yeah, because they had like the layoffs not long after the game launched. Then obviously people found out that Tencent was behind some of the financial things, which explains a lot about the game. Um, yeah, yeah, and a lot of these posts are very accurate in what they're saying. You know, it's the developer's own fault, and when you live in a bubble that consistently tells you, hey, this, because remember we talked about it. There's like people like article. There are people who went and tested the game. There are people who are like, oh, there's no way this game can fail. This game is gonna be talked about for years. Like that No. So it's just no. Like they were sniffing their own farts. That's what they were doing, and it backfired on them. It did. So now we'll see what happens. Highguard shuts down next Thursday, so we'll be interested to see on how what plays out from here on. I hope that chat guy goes on Side Scroller, because I would very much love to hear his thoughts about it and things like that. But other than that, guys, that is relatively it. I just want to do a quick little video talking about Highguard shutting down next Thursday. If you're new to the channel, be sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Be sure you comment below. Other than that, I will see you guys in the next video. Y'all have a good one.